This is Ling Chi, brush painting for beginners, and from Oriental Art Supply. We are going to do Chrysanthemum today to celebrate the arriving of autumn. And Chrysanthemum is one of the four gentlemen, the third one, so to representing the fall, the autumn arriving. And we're going to do it on gold semi-sized color paper. The color is very simple. We have bleed-proof white, Sakura White, and then bath bottle ink. On the two sample painting I've done here, one is on the burnt sienna semi-sized paper, and the other is done on ink on semi-sized paper. The color is very simple. The interesting about this color paper is that depends on the tone and the intensity of the ink. Sometimes like this one, that the leaves have like a green and blue tone to it. And then on this one, on the gold paper, simply show a little bit tint of green tone to it. So you don't need all these different colors, and we will make it very simple. The brush I'm going to use is for the leaves. I'm going to use full Lotus. You can use our super flow or large flow to replace them. And then Lotus Petal, you can also use large orchid bamboo. That's for the flower petal. And the Lotus Petal and full Lotus are newer brush. But if you have large orchid bamboo and super flow or large flow, they can use just as well. And then the center, I use the happy dot. So now I'm going to start mixing the color. I'm starting with Sakura White. This is a transparent white. So you can mix with other color to get a pastel out of it. But today we're just going to use the first layer of the white. So I'm mixing it into like a milk consistency. And the second white I'm using is the bleed-proof white, which is I use for the second layer of the white, so that will give the intensity of the petal on the tip. So this is all the two color I'm going to use. So I keep this very strong, very pasty. And then bath bottle ink in this little green octagon dish. And I just leave it straight. So when my brush is wet, then we'll give you the lighter color. So I'm starting to do the petal of the chrysanthemum first. So I wet my brush and stroke it dry on the side of water dish. And then I load the Sakura White and make sure my tip is wet. And then I load the bleed white. And then I blend two white together. And then I'm going to start to do the petal of the flower. Reload my Sakura White and bleed tip with the bleed pool white and blend. I'm using this kind of stroke, moon stroke, to wrap the chrysanthemum around it. So they're kind of stacking on the top of each other. So this is my center of the flower. So one of the important thing is, this is my base of the flower. So every stroke always come back to the center. So you can see they are coming to this part. And then this side is meeting the other side. So, but you can see that every stroke I'm still aiming at the center base. That's a very important factor. And then also I have long and short, so they are not evened up. So you can constantly see I'm wetting my tip of brush, otherwise it gets too dry so it won't move. So this one, even though it's a little bit out, but I'm still aiming at the tip. So I can't say enough that I'm always aiming at this base. Okay. So the paper itself is pretty forgiving. So I think we're going to get to the leaves, and then I can decide if I want to add more petals on the flower. So I have a different brush now. This is my full lotus. You can use your super flow if you have your super flow. And so it's important that you don't use the same brush, because then it will get really muddy. So I lighten the ink on the about a quarter of the brush, and then I add intense ink on the tip, and then I blend with the streak. So you can see that my brush is too dry. So you kind of need to get to know the paper a little bit, because it's semi-size, so it's a lot more drier than, say, double shan that you are used to use. So I want you to see that I'm adding another branch out of here, but I didn't connect it with this side. So I won't have like a fork type of things. So I have this straight down, and then the other one, what I want to do is towards more the other way. So this is my center of the brush. And then this one, so I have one leaf coming to this way and one leaf coming to the other way, and then this another one. So because it's semi-sized, it's kind of forgiving, so you can add on the top of it. So this one straight down, this one to this side, this one to the other side. So then I'm also coming down now with this. And straight down, and then I will have another one. And then I have one coming back this way. So then I'm going to connect it with this branch here and here, and then I will have and then now I'm going back on the top with Happy Dog. Straight ink. And then I'm going to add some Happy Dog. Center of flower. So then I finish my chrysanthemum on gold semi-size paper.